Robin and I are so happy that you're here. Peter, thanks for joining us. Okay, Robin, whenever you're ready. Good evening, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 6 of Robin's Piano Bar, where the drinks and the food are virtual, but the piano playing is real. I'm your host, Larry Kosson, streaming live to you on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV, LinkedIn, and Bandcamp. Tonight's episode is Billy Joel and Elton John Night. And now, please welcome to her own home, our favorite piano gal, Robin Spielberg. Crowd goes wild. They're excited that we have Billy Joel and Elton John in the house.
Yes, the big piano men are in our house. And for those of you who have seen this live stream before, have come to our live streams before, you can see that we changed the set today. Ta-da!
So Robin, as we get started, there's just one caveat for this live stream.
What's that?
No jumping on the piano.
No jumping on the piano. That was a Billy Joel thing. He used to jump on the piano so hard.
Elton did too. Elton used to jump.
I don't think they do it anymore.
Yeah.
But back in the day, both Yamaha and Steinway had to make stronger lids on their pianos specifically so they can jump up and down on them during the show. Yes, but we just have our delicate Victorian chair back here that I got on Facebook Marketplace to accompany my piano. They're the same vintage. So here we are, and it's chilly tonight, although we had quite the amazing yesterday.
So it's February, folks, and that four-legged rodent that lives here in Pennsylvania, Puxatawny Phil, was absolutely wrong.
You didn't know what he was talking about. We had 72 degrees here yesterday, just for the day. But, oh my goodness. It was like this gift. It was just insane. I spray painted patio furniture yesterday under my deck without just wearing like a t-shirt. And then I actually looked at my veggie beds and weeded them. I'm not kidding. In February. And overturned the soil a little bit. Did a little turnover. And did a little inventory and what was in my my seed bin. And did some clearing out. I outside. Yeah. And Larry went for a bike ride.
Of course I went for a bike ride. Just quick.
He played hooky from work for a few hours. Yeah. I said it was fine.
A quick welcome, Eric, Deborah in Florida, Irene. Thanks for joining us. Deborah, I bet we had warmer weather here in York than you had in Florida. It was just, I came back from my bike ride and I said to Robin, what a gift.
What a gift.
What a gift. And now it's gone.
It's gone. Well, it's back to being February.
It's like a dream.
But we're going to keep you warm tonight with some Billy Joel and Elton John tunes known as America's Great Piano Men. And I hope I do them justice. There are so many songs from which to choose. I chose some of my favorites. Actually, Larry did this one. I'm usually the one who wakes up in the middle of the night with an idea, but he woke up in the middle of the night with this idea for this set, and the next day he had a set list on the kitchen table. I was like, what's this? Did Elf put this together? And he goes, nope, I was up at 3 a.m. and I thought maybe he'd want to do an Elton John, Billy Joel night. And
what happened is that...
he just woke up in the middle of the night and did it.
Billy and Elton came to me in a dream together.
Did they?
They did, and they
the way Bruce Springsteen comes to me in a dream.
And they said that what a fantastic piano bar.
They said we need you. Is what they said, right?
They want to hear. They've been watching. We didn't know that.
Okay, well it's 9:00 on a Friday, not a Saturday, but here we go. Starting with one of Billy Joel's biggest hits. That is certainly a quintessential piano bar song. And gosh, I play it. It brings me back to the days of people requesting that I play it in piano bars. And they didn't say, man, what are you doing here? They'd say, hey, what are you doing playing the piano in this place? You should be at Carnegie Hall. Things like that. Things of that nature. So,
we forgot
how's everyone doing?
We did forget to put the jar on the piano.
You know what? I was never allowed to have a jar.
But I'll put the tip jar up because we call.
But you'll put the jar, the virtual jar. I see
bread
what you're
in
saying.
my jar.
I see what you're saying.
I put the tip jar up.
Yeah.
So.
I got my dried hydrangeas from my garden are here, keeping me company, and only a few more months of those. I'll toss all those dried ones.
Get
soon
new ones.
We'll have real ones.
Yep.
Can't wait. And
speaking of toss, you tossed the garden, didn't you?
Pardon?
You tossed the garden yesterday, didn't you?
Tossed it.
Yeah, didn't you say you turned over parts of the...
Oh, I see, tossed. Yes,
Tossed.
I just kind of went into the veggie beds, the raised beds, and turned the soil over. It gets kind of compacted, kind of let things breathe. I see Claire is on here. We just want to acknowledge that we are all very aware.
Today is the 1 year anniversary. Yeah, and we're very sad for you all.
And we are all very sad that this is still happening and going on. We hope that we can take your mind off it just for a little bit. Music can't cure anything, but I know that it can certainly smooth the rough edges of life. I've always said that. So we're glad you're here joining us. Hopefully we'll have a lovely evening together. This is another Billy Joel tune I'm going to share with you.
Wait. No,
yes?
Robin, follow the set list, please.
Oh, follow the set list, please.
Yes.
Is that your request?
Yes.
Is that your request?
Please. Stay with me now.
So sorry about that. I got ahead of myself.
Yeah.
This is an Elton John tune.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. They're so early in the evening.
I was going to say
for me to be messing up the set list.
I was going to say
usually that happens at the end.
we have three great piano players in the house tonight. Billy Joel, Elton John, and Robin Spielberg.
I don't know if I can compare those gentlemen, but all right. So this one is an Elton John tune, and I did record this on my album Love Story. This is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
One of my favorites.
Mine too, and I love when that tune appears in the film Rocket Man, which kind of is a biopic of Elton John's life, because it makes so much sense, right? When you finally hear the song in the context of the film and his life, you go, wow.
And Bernie
Taupin, who wrote all the lyrics for Elton John's music, it just completely makes sense. So I do highly recommend that you stream that one.
Great movie.
I really did enjoy that movie very much.
Great movie. It was
really
that one.
good.
That one and the other one about.
Queen.
Queen. Yeah. What was that called? I forget. That was a great movie as well.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. In fact, I think he got a nomination or even won the Oscar.
He won the Oscar.
For
It was stellar. It was very well done.
That gives me an idea. Another piano bar night. So. Okay.
We're gonna do a rock and roll night now.
We are. We're gonna.
Yep.
We got all kinds of ideas. I do. This is what happens when you're not sleeping at night.
I know.
You're up in the middle of the night, and I'm going.
Welcome to my world.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Now you understand.
Luckily, when you're sleeping and I'm awake,
Yep.
I have a constant companion besides you, and you know that.
Yes, he has. All right. I don't want them to think we're weird, Larry.
I know. But they know. They already know we're weird.
They always think someone else is in our bed. It's the cat. There's a cat between us.
He is always there.
He will
won't
always
leave.
be between us. He will not let me get close to you. He just pushes himself against you.
He puts his.
It's ridiculous.
He actually plops down on my pillow on my head.
Big, huge orange cat. He's shown up in a live stream or two. Jackson.
He's unbelievable.
And he's crazy about you, Larry. He's just crazy about you. So this one is back to Billy Joel. This is Honesty. 1978. I guess he must have been hurt quite a bit because he did write a lot of songs about
people who weren't honest with him.
He could have been talking about romance, or maybe he was talking about the music business, because we know the music business. Oh man, there are some characters for sure.
It's such a lonely word. I think we all need a round of shots at the bar. So we've got a few new people joining us, Robin. Debbie's here. Hi, Deb. We've got Lisa in Florida joining us. Hey, Lisa. And Lisa, we had winter therapy yesterday, too. 70 degrees here in Pennsylvania and sunny. So we got a little bit of what you're dealing with down in Florida.
And I see Margarita DeSantis is here.
Hey, Margarita.
Once sponsored a live stream.
That's right.
Very early on. So appreciative. I often, not tonight, but often wear earrings that Margarita has made. So if you click on her name, her profile, it'll take you on over, I'm sure, to some of her amazing design. She creates beautiful, beautiful jewelry over glass that she's found from the past. Makes them into delightful new pieces. Just crazy about them. Hi, Sharon. Nice to see you. And Peter. So this is a Billy Joel favorite of mine from one of the first recordings. This is Summer Highland Falls.
They say that these are not the best of times, but they're the only times I've ever known.
So I sent out a newsletter yesterday. If you didn't get one, it's only because you didn't sign up. So make sure you go, not now, not during the live stream. Go to robinspielberg.com. All right, you can do it on another screen at the live stream. You can open up a new tab in your browser. Go right ahead. If you go to robinspielberg.com and you scroll down the homepage, on the bottom you'll see you can sign up for a newsletter. It only comes out about 4 times a year. It's not like we bombard you with all this crazy mail. But I did send out something yesterday because it's a big deal for us. It's our 30th anniversary, not our wedding anniversary. It's the 30th anniversary of my debut recording, Heel of the Hand. It came out in May of 1993, but I recorded it in February of 1993. And this February, I was working on recording albums number 23 and 24, working on 2 projects simultaneously. So I sent out that newsletter, and I just wanted to share with you. My inbox was full, so I can't read them all, but I did receive some really nice messages. Here's one. Yes, I do believe it's 30 years, and I still enjoy listening to it regularly. About a year after you recorded it, you did a concert at Bucks County High School, and I sat next to your mom. I love that. It was just after you recorded Songs of the Spirit and the song for your grandmother. We enjoy all of your compositions and concerts, Steve and Sandy. That's really kind of cool because the song for my grandmother is a song for Jenny, and we're orchestrating that now. So here we are 30 years later working on that. Here's another one from Krista in California. Wow, it's been 30 years since Heel of the Hand, how time has flown. I wrote you once about how I came to hear your melodies when shopping in a small gift shop in Carmel, California, a beautiful little town on the coast. Of course, I just had to have your CD, which we played when we tried to outrun a storm on the way home. The ambience of the beautiful coastline and your tunes left a memorable experience, and the CD remains a favorite of mine. Thank you for soothing mine and so many others' souls with your wonderful melodies. Thank you. That's very sweet. I got a couple more.
And I want to say that Heel of the Hand is our love story because we met because of Heel of the Hand, and we ended up recording Love Story. So,
well, there you go.
There you go. So
here was one. Mazel tov. I remember buying Heel of the Hand to sell in my store. What a hit. It was the beginning of a long and successful relationship. I remember that. There was a store in Upper Montclair, New Jersey called Chelsea Square.
Sandy, yeah.
And Sandy, she sold Kiehl's products and soaps and candles. And I said, you should sell the CD in your store. She's like, this is not a music store. We sell hand lotion. I said, just play it. I'll give you a few. I just did not give up. And she started selling a zillion. She did really great.
She and her husband became dear friends of ours.
They did. My husband, Dave, and I saw you in Fergus Falls, and we catch you on YouTube most Fridays. Oh, maybe you're watching. This is from Karen.
Hey, Karen.
I play all your songbooks, sometimes once a month, in my nursing home gigs. You're my piano idol. Well, thank you for playing in nursing homes. You know, this is a forgotten population, and it's close to my heart. I try to play in nursing homes every time I'm on tour. So, very important thing to do. If you play a musical instrument, please go visit and see if you can volunteer. And last one, second to last one, from Harley. Congratulations, Robin. It seems like yesterday that you mesmerized the audience in the ballroom of Belcourt Castle on our 1894 Steinway. Congratulations to my favorite Steinway artist. Harley has a special place in my heart because she hired me to play at the beautiful Belcourt Castle in Newport, Rhode Island. I fell in love with the piano, and that is why I have this one. Because that was my favorite piano that I had ever played, and I thought, one day, I hope to have one like that.
And whose piano was that piano?
Paderewski,
right.
The first Steinway artist.
That's
and
right.
The last one from Brian. Your recent email newsletter that mentioned the 30th anniversary really resonated with me. My wife and I were married in 1993, and shortly after you released that CD, she heard it being played in a bookstore that was in the basement of Grand Central Station. Oh, I remember that. And she bought it for me as a present, and since then we've enjoyed all your albums, but I've listened to the entire Heel of the Hand many hundreds of times. We also miss the days when we'd see you play at First Night Montclair, and thanks for the great music and looking forward to what you're sharing in the future. So, folks, you know, on dreary, cold days, it really lifts me up when you write me back, write a comment, and let me know what you're thinking and how you use the music and where you discovered it. I just love hearing those stories. Thank you for having my music as part of your life. And now I'm going to move on.
Boy, this isn't. I just take a minute, Robin. Isn't that memory lane though for both of us? Because
Oh, I know. When you hear
so many of these people, we had, and part of this was because I began to become Robin's booking agent, and so people like Harley out in Newport, Rhode Island, and Sandy, I just started to get to know all these people because I was talking to them all the time, and then we would visit because we would go together for Robin's shows. And
I know. So I know some people are still discovering my music, and that's fantastic. I want them to. I want you to share it, but I really have a special place in my heart for those of you who have been here from the very, very beginning. This is, who wrote this one? I'm getting them mixed up now. Elton John wrote this one. This is his tune, Daniel. How's it go?
uh-oh.
How does it go? Da 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 da. Right. I keep forgetting the beginning. Da 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 da.
Leaving on a plane. Daniel is leaving on a plane, Robin.
I know, but it has the very beginning, like the notes.
Da 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 da.
Say it again.
Da 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 da.
Okay.
Got it?
I think so.
Give it a go. Producer help. How's that for giving? Give her 3 notes. She can play a whole song.
I just needed the prompt, But I can't see my comments on Facebook, so if you have something I need to respond to, you should respond and let me know. But I do see that Will and Bill and Sue are watching on YouTube, so thanks for watching. And they reminded me that Elton John is British. I know that. I think I meant to say that Billy Joel and Elton John play a lot in the United States, and sometimes they used to play together. They had this like epic show of the Piano Men together, but of course, one's across the pond and one's American.
So,
you know which.
Bill actually just asked, why did they need to sign up again? You didn't. If you were already on the mailing list, Robin was just mentioning it.
Oh,
for
no, you don't have to sign up again.
Anybody who did not receive the newsletter.
I'm saying if you didn't get a newsletter, it's because you didn't sign up for the mailing list.
So I think Stephen Goldberg had a question.
Good.
About,
Tell me.
He actually asked, do you have to get permission to play these songs?
No. So what happens is that you guys don't know this, but so I keep the live stream live on Facebook for just a little bit, usually a day, to kind of help people who couldn't watch on a Friday night, or maybe if they live in a different time zone, they want to watch on Saturday. My mom likes to watch on Saturday mornings. So we'll leave it up. And then what happens, YouTube sends me like a zillion emails, depending on how many songs I play. So say I play 15 songs that I did not write. Even if I did write them, I get them. I get these emails that say, you played someone else's copyright. And you don't have to do anything. It's not a strike, but we just want to let you know that you did that. And so they share through commercial ads on YouTube when you watch the archive. You don't see commercials here on the live stream, but you see them when you do watch a rerun.
We used to do commercials.
And that helps pay for the rights for the publishers and the writers. It goes in like this giant pool. Now, say I compose the song and they say, you played music you didn't write. I have to write them back and fill out a form and say, hey, I'm the copyright holder. I'm the rights holder. I composed the piece. I'm performing the piece. And as exclusive copyright holder and music creator, I have the right to perform my works in public and create derivative live versions of the works, such as this one. Please release the claim. And they do. Most often. Sometimes I'm fighting against, them trying to protect me.
So, but if you remember,
hopefully that answers your question.
It did. I'm sure I thought that was a good answer. We used to do commercials on the live stream. Remember?
Early on.
Yeah.
We were extremely hard up for paying for this equipment.
So folks, if you have products or brands that you want us to advertise on the live stream,
we'll do that.
Send Robin a note. We'll do that.
Right.
We have fun with it.
Yeah. They'll put some ads in there sometimes. You can skip them. And I know if you have like YouTube Premium, I don't think you have to watch ads. Okay. So now another...
To the moon, Alice. To the moon,
Alice. Last week someone was making a joke about Jackie Gleason on the live stream. Someone who was writing us. This is Rocket Man, and this is another tune by Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
And I just want to say, Robin, you look particularly beautiful tonight on this live stream.
I do.
You are always a woman, yes.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Maybe it's the set. Do you like the change?
So
who are you preferring so far? Elton John?
Yeah, let us
or
know.
Billy Joel?
Or Billy Joel. Let us know.
Do you have a preference?
And,
I'm kind of torn here. I really love them both. Billy
just-
Joel writes all his own lyrics and music, which I think is super, super impressive.
Just a shout out to Monty, who's watching on YouTube. Thanks for the compliment on the sound tonight. He's saying that the piano
Yay.
sounds particularly nice tonight and warm. Our friend Jerry Putnam, who's our engineer and sound guy, he's been helping me tweak and make this thing better. It wasn't always that way. We always didn't get the sound right, but when we did get it right, we're right. So thanks, folks, for hanging in there with us as I learned to get to this
We had a
point.
couple of doozies, didn't we?
We had some problems, but
All right.
everyone does in life. That's life. So where are we now? So Fred,
fun to play and fiddle around with.
Fred in Orange County says that he He's in Orange County, New York, and he said, always love New York State of Mind. He's
Me
in
too.
New York State. So
And
he
you're
must
in New
be
York State.
being in the New York
So
State
you
of
certainly
Mind.
are. Well, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it so very much.
So I have a question for our audience. Post up. Let us know if any of you were in that blizzard zone, whether you're in Southern California or across the northern
God, the
Midwest.
Wacky.
Let us
What's
know.
going on where you are with
yeah.
your weather. Gina, thank you.
So kind of you, Gina. Thank you.
To support me with a $20 tip. I sure appreciate it. Victoria needs a tuning.
Next week.
You hear it?
Yeah, we hear it.
When we come
Still
back.
sounds great.
Oh, by the way, so next Friday, we won't be actually here because I'm going to be in Jasper, Indiana, doing what?
A sold out show.
Playing a what show, Larry?
A sold out show. There are no tickets left.
Go figure. What happened is that I got a Google alert that I was in the newspaper or something, so I clicked on it and saw that there was a press release. I guess it went out about the show in Indiana, so I clicked on it to read it, and then I clicked to get tickets to see how their tickets were doing, and it says, "Sorry, sold out."
Liz says she's coming next week. Liz, make sure you say hello to me. I'll be at the merch table.
Into Indiana?
Yeah, she says she's can't wait to see you next. Jasper, Indiana.
My home sweet home.
So if call the box office, folks. If you still want tickets, there may be people
say hi
who
to us.
maybe people won't show up or something, and you can stand in line and get in.
If you really want a ticket, you just say, Robin Spielberg said.
Oh no. Oh no, Robin, don't do that
on
to
her
me.
live stream that you could probably put another chair in. So can you see if you can do that?
So, the person who I do business with in Jasper, he's a good friend, and I wouldn't want to do that to him, and I'm not giving him more headaches.
It just sold out really means sold out. I mean, we've been to hotels that are like, sold out.
They always
seem can you check again?
Yeah, they can find a couch for you.
I don't take up a lot of space.
Yeah. But we're excited to be there, and then that's the beginning of March. That'll be the first weekend of March. The end of March, Robin will be appearing in
Texas.
First Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Sorry. Lake Charles.
So okay,
I never know where I'm going.
Lake Charles, and then the same weekend she will be in Lufkin, Texas. So we'll be in 2 different states over the same weekend. This is why, folks, I now do the driving, and I do the tour
This is why
arrangement.
he has the calendar. All right, I sit on the piano bench.
I make sure I as Mr. Producer.
You make sure I don't get on the wrong plane. That's happened. All right, so we had.
I make sure that everything.
After
happens.
this show in Jasper, Indiana, though, Larry, we come home and we go into a very, very exciting thing.
Very special thing's going to happen. Yep.
The orchestra in Europe is going to be recording my pieces, In the Arms of the Wind, the title track from my 1997 piece. And it's going to be epic.
It's going to be epic.
Full
I can't wait.
orchestra and timpani and percussion sounds and wind sounds and this beautiful stuff. All the instruments that mimic the wind carrying the rain over the desert. And then New Freedom Suite, which consists of Memories of Utopia, Soldier's Journey, and the brand new One Step Closer from All the Best Returns. Can't wait. Once that's all finished, then we just get into that process of mixing and mastering and getting all the packaging right so we can release it out in the world to you. And as soon as we have information on how to pre-order this stuff, I'm not going to keep it a secret. I'm going to make sure that you get the info.
You folks watching will be the first to know, though.
Of course you will.
You will know because we'll be talking. We've been talking about it. We'll continue to talk about it on our live streams.
It's been over a year. This is just a really heavy lift. It's monumental, and each orchestral piece, it's not just the score. You have to export all the parts, which Louis Anthony DeLise has been doing, and Rebecca Oswald's been doing these transcriptions, and we're kind of working as a team on all these things. It becomes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages. And you just don't want to get one thing wrong. One marking wrong can mess up the whole thing. So it's a lot of work. But it's going to be worth it.
This is like building a bridge over the Hudson River. It's like
I can't believe it's like this little
you know,
tiny team of you and me, a
yeah.
few people, and like this huge thing. It's going to seem like we had an army of thousands. We
Louis-
kind of do, because we have all of you cheering us on.
We do. And Lewis, if you're watching tonight, thank you so much for all your efforts and hanging in there with us with all.
Monty
our
says on YouTube that there's a lot of icy snow and still cold, so it's a good night to stay in and hang out in the piano lounge.
Where is he?
And congrats
Monty, where are you?
on the sold out show. He's in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Wow. Okay.
It sounds chilly.
Yeah.
Sorry for the tease. So this is an Elton John tune, but I'm going to give it a little different of a treatment. Okay?
That's shocking. So just a quick shout out to Zach. Thanks for joining us. And
Thanks for joining.
Happy to have you all here. Robin, that was an amazing version.
It was kind of a
Rock.
weird version of Crocodile Rock.
Yeah.
I was playing it saying, I wonder if people are going to leave the live stream now because they're going to say, she is so weird. I don't know why I played it like that. It kind of felt like it.
It felt like fun is what it felt like. Sweet.
It was fun. It's sweet. When you think about it, it's such a beautiful song about reminiscing of old days and dancing with your friend. And
I remember when rock was young.
yeah, Susie and I had so much fun. It's just skipping stones, all those days of innocence. So I wanted to play it that way instead of that kind of heavy rock feel that makes you kind of forget about the lyric. This way, when you play, sometimes when you slow down a song, you pay a little more attention to the lyric. And I wanted to do that for you guys because I think a lot of people just know the lyrics from hearing it from years ago. So it kind of brings it back. Now, this next tune I put in here, and it's not written by Billy Joel, and it is not written by Elton John. So what's it doing here? Well, Elton John made this a very big hit, almost as big of a hit, if not bigger, than when the Beatles did it. Do you know the song?
But before you play, well, go ahead. We'll do it after.
Yeah. Do you know the song?
I know the song because I wrote the set list. So.
I wasn't talking to you, Larry.
Well, you're looking right at me.
No, I'm looking at you because I'm looking at the camera, and you're on the other side of the camera.
I am.
I'm asking the people
We're
in
asking,
television land.
We're asking our
in
audience,
internet land.
our television
Do you know
audience.
the song that Elton John made super famous, even though he didn't write it, and it was written by the Beatles? Is anyone guessing, Larry?
Yes, we
Did
have
they
a
get
winner. We have a winner.
Who? Did they win a virtual drink?
Yeah,
You won
Lorraine.
a virtual drink.
Lorraine.
I'm actually having a really childish drink right now. I am drinking. I'm not kidding.
Lorraine, you're right. Eric, you're right. Beatles, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
I'm drinking fruit punch.
In fact, Eric just said he's buying the entire bar a round of shots. So
Thank you. I need more juice.
Yep.
Do you remember when we used to actually drink at the piano bar, Larry?
Oh my goodness,
When we started, we're like, hey, let's have drinks every Friday night. Yeah, that did not last very long.
I
get tipsy after like half a drink, and then I can't play. Or I think I can play better than I'm actually playing.
Yeah, when everything was closed down, we had stocked up with frozen pizzas, and after at 10:30 at night,
we would have a frozen
fire
pizza,
up the
and you'd
frozen
have a
pizza.
beer, and I would have like a hard cider, and I think like you gained 20 pounds, and I gained 15 pounds. It was
I was
crazy.
already overweight.
Then it took a whole year and a half to take it off.
Yeah, I feel so good that I was able to get back
I
to.
really admire how you were able to take that off so quickly, and
And
also kind of jealous because men just take off weight so much faster.
Not necessarily, but
Yes,
but,
they do.
No. But yesterday on the bike outside in February,
You felt
70
powerful.
it just felt so freeing.
Yes.
And it just
Well,
was
you
a great
appreciate being
moment.
able to do things that you couldn't do back then. All right, so let's get to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
It's just
a lot of controversy over this song.
LSD. What is that?
LSD. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. That's what LSD means. And according to John Lennon, this was really all about this little girl who did a painting, a drawing, and they said, what is that? That's Lucy, and she's in the sky with diamonds. And the radio people said, we can't play it. It's a drug song. Well, it was the 60s, so what wasn't a drug song? That's what I want to know. Anyway, I like to believe in the innocence of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
I don't think Close to You
Lennon
was a drug
McCartney.
song, was it?
No.
All right. Just saying.
Am I doing this right? Yeah.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Need my help with this one too? Is that a song with a fade out?
Yep.
How did I know? Robin, I just have to say that with these wild, wild swings in the weather, just impossible to keep the piano in tune in this house. It's just, we go from chilly, chilly.
Well, March and April will get better. Because
Yeah.
Victoria actually likes it a little more humid.
Plus, we weren't here last week. Oh, no, we were here last week. Oh, that's what I wanted to let people know. So if you were watching last week, around 10 o'clock at night, our doorbell rang. And it was a mystery. Like, who could possibly ring the doorbell?
That's right. And you guys weighed in. You're like, answer it. And some people were like, no, don't answer it. And we're like, maybe it's a random pizza. Or like, no, maybe it's someone who wants to kidnap us and kill us. So we did not answer the door, but we have cameras everywhere. And so Larry looked it up.
It's my.
Oh, it turned out to be some prankster.
It was a couple of young boys, possibly from the neighborhood. I actually believe I saw them a couple days later.
How could that even really ringing bells?
I think
kind of lame.
So Patricia knows this because Patricia Buckley lives in our town, and there's not a lot to do here for the kids. So you kind of get it that it's like, okay, what are we going to do tonight, guys? Let's go ring some doorbells rapidly and run away.
All right, Zachary has a couple of questions about the wood. So there's over 12,000 parts in the piano, and so we've got it's a living, breathing thing. And I do have it pretty much temperature controlled in here and humidity and all that, but doors open and close, air gets in. So yes, the wood will expand when it's humid and contract. The worst thing for a piano really is January, February when it's very dry and it's heating season in the Northeast. So in the Northeast, that is the piano's nemesis, the dry heating season. You never want to have your piano near like the fireplace or have dry heat. So if you're in different parts of the country, in Florida, it might be like midsummer might be the hardest months on your piano because of the extreme humidity, the absolute opposite. So it really depends. And pianos, they get used to where they are. They acclimate really well. Remember Belcourt Castle in Newport that had a Victorian Steinway. It was a gorgeous piano. And that was a really cold room, and they were not able to keep it temperature controlled. Man, that piano tolerated so many changes and did really great. So a lot of it depends on the instrument as well. It's a lot of things to think about.
So Robin,
Yes.
Monty asked.
Who asked?
Monty Miller asked,
Okay.
and he's on YouTube, so you can see the question. He wants to know what type of iPad or tablet software you use when on the piano. You're using an iPad. That's the first question.
So what
software
I've been doing, I've
are
been
you
using, and when I started off, I never used any music at all because I was just playing all this. I have thousands of songs in my head from memory, but guess what? We kind of ran out because we've been doing this this is season 4. And as we expand our themes, I want to learn new music, just play the same old. So I like to, repeat some songs if they fit into the stream, but I like to learn new things every week. And so sometimes I'll have a card on the piano like this for the next song, which just kind of gives me a chord pattern and I'll be fine. And sometimes I'll just bring up like a fake book or something and I'll do it on the iPad. So instead of bringing out all the sheet music, if I have the song in here, I will actually take the book and photocopy it and then scan it through my scanner, create a PDF, and send it to my iPad. If I don't have the music at all, I'll buy it. I like to support songwriters and publishers, so I will buy them on Sheet Music Direct or musicnotes.com or any of those things. And it will go right to my iPad as a PDF. And to turn the pages, I've got one of these doodads. It's called a butterfly. And I got it like a couple years ago. I never thought I'd get used to this thing, but it's pretty good. You just kind of tap it and it'll turn the page for you. They're using a lot of these in orchestras. I'm going to answer Sue's question. She's asking about when I release the album of for orchestra. Will they have videos the way Ireland has videos? Has a video. Yeah, so the piece
yes.
Ireland, an orchestral portrait, has this beautiful video. And a few of the pieces will. A lot of this depends on resources, expense, a lot of these things. But my goal is that eventually most of the music that will be on this new orchestral album, which is called
By Way of the Wind.
By Way of the Wind. I just love that title. Larry came up with it. By Way of the Wind. We will.
You're the first, folks. You're the first to hear of it. Besides our inner team, besides
when
Lewis
By Way of
and
the
the
Wind
rest
is
of our
released, I'm hoping that videos will accompany it, and we'll be able to. Gosh, my dream is that I suppose maybe I should put it out there in the universe. So what happens? Positive vibes. My dream is that I'll get to play it live with an orchestra, or maybe I'll be in the audience and some orchestra will just play it and I get to watch. And maybe there'll be beautiful videos, concert films that play while the orchestra is playing. That would be stellar. So I have some pretty big ideas and we're trying to set them in motion. And not trying. We're setting them in motion. We're doing it.
And part of the reason we're able to do this is because of all of your support. So thank you.
Yes, it's been like $1, $5, $10 at a time, and people supporting me through Patreon, which has been terrific. And okay, next one.
Who's next?
This has been. I know this is a wedding song for a lot of folks. This is "Just the Way You Are," Billy Joel. I think one of his most famous songs, right?
So, Robin, while you were playing, I just took a phone call from our station manager, and she gave us the go-ahead to extend the live stream tonight so we can finish our set list if you'd like to do that, because we're not nearly done. So, folks, chime in. Do you want us to
Wait a
stay?
minute.
Keep going?
You called the station manager?
She called me because she's watching the
Yeah.
set, and she's watching the set list.
I didn't even know we had a station manager.
Right. It's a pretend TV
This entire
station.
time, I thought we were the station managers.
We have this is our pretend television show.
Okay, so in
And
pretend
we-
live stream land, we can really okay. All right, so we have a pretend station manager. Is that what
do.
you're saying?
We have this
What's
is,
her name, Lair?
What's her name?
Yeah,
Linda.
Linda.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
What do you think?
should we take a vote here?
Yeah.
Do you want me to extend? I'm clearly not going to finish the set because I've been talking too much.
What people are saying? Yes, please.
All right, we're going to finish it.
We're going.
Yeah, we're going
this
to
is
extend.
this is a special version. End of
This
February.
could probably be an extra 10 minutes, 10, 15.
Yeah, I just
No.
calculated that out.
10, 5, 10. Okay.
Can you handle
I'll
it?
shut
Rob?
up and play now.
Can you handle it?
Sure. Gotta stop talking. Okay. This is Elton, Sir Elton John.
Ain't that the truth?
Is that the truth?
Honesty. See, this is the reason we had to continue, because we were heavy on the Billy Joel early on, and now we're moving into the Elton John portion of the set. So, got to give equal time and equal due.
That's one of the sadder ones, right? Elton John wrote that
I thought John Lennon.
in memory of John Lennon. And it just gets me when you get to that lyric, Johnny, I've been knocking, no one's answering.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny, can you come out and play?
Someone who was just taken from us way too soon.
That's
So sad.
And I guess that's why they call it the blues.
I guess that is.
just one more for you tonight. This was a longer than usual live stream. I think it's a pretty epic list you put together there, Larry, for a nice tribute to Sir Elton John from the UK.
And Billy Joel.
And our American singer-songwriter, Billy Joel. We hope so much that you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here. I'm going to end with Candle in the Wind by Elton John. The last one I just played was And So It Goes by Billy Joel. Just a reminder, we will not be here next Friday. We'll be out on tour in Indiana. But you can watch replays. There's over 200 of them on my YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/Robin Spielberg. Click on playlists, and you can choose from seasons 1, 2, 3, or 4 of Robin's Piano Bar. Thanks for joining, and for everyone who's tipping tonight, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Hate to admit that we need it, but we do, and we appreciate that you're doing that because we're putting a lot of our resources into this new epic orchestral project that no one asked me to do, but I dreamt up. So there you have it. Here is Candle in the Wind. Thanks so much, and have a great night.
All right, from the young man in the second row, Carmel, can you help us say goodnight? It's been a long night. Thank you all for joining us. We really, really appreciate you, and we will see you in a few weeks. Carmel, where are you? What are you doing? What's going on?
You can't find a kitty?
There she is.
Hey, Carmel. Say goodnight to everybody. That's right. Good girl.